What's up, my lovely little jack-o'-lanterns, and welcome back to some more Seers Isle Chapter 5. So this thumbnail looks trippy as fuck and super enchanting and magical. So, the music is so cool. It's like a mixture of tribal and fantasy and Viking, like Norse music. It's so pretty. I adore the soundtrack in this game. It is fabulous. I actually was last night after I recorded chapter 4, I was listening to the soundtrack on YouTube of Seers Isle. Check it out. I'll leave a link in the description for this video. I know, crazy. This video is going to go up later today. I'll leave a description to check out the soundtrack of Seers Isle. It's phenomenal. Rocked me right to sleep. So we're in chapter 5 now, guys. We only have 2 more chapters left. I'm sad. I'm sad that it's getting closer to the end. I've really enjoyed playing this game. I've really loved, playing the game with these characters. I love Erlen and Connor and Duncan, and I really liked Freya, but shed tears. Freya's gone, guys. Well, unless we see her again later in the story or something. But she's apparently her fate is sealed according to Rowan. She said that, so she's gone. So we're only down to, 3 people now out of 7? That's crazy. Jesus. So it looks like Rowan, the antler elf person, is in a pool. And this is the forest, but she's going into the cave that Erlen and Duncan appeared after their trials. So yeah, guys, last episode, Duncan and Erlen were going through their trials. That's crazy. And they passed. And I guess Connor still has technically his left. But I guess Freya's just gone. I guess which kind of sucks. I guess we do get to see their trials. It just depends on the choices you make. So the choices really do fucking, every choice you make, maybe even down to the dialogue matters. Because we didn't even get to see, Eric's or, Freya's, trial at all. Or Jennifer's, actually. Really, you've only seen Duncan and Erlen's and sort of Connor's. It's insane. So really, the choices do matter. And these little notches up here matter as well. I wonder if these will come into play in the last chapter. I don't know. But anyway, guys, enough ranting. It got crazy. We lost Freya. The Seers started approaching Duncan and Rowan in the cave. And apparently, Rowan and Duncan know each other or something. And now Erlen knows her. Oh, it's getting crazy. What did the Seers want? All right. So, chapter 5 is called Rowan. It's about her. Maybe we'll get to know her backstory in chapter 5. I hope so. All right, guys, let's start. I'm in a forest. It would seem the Seers wish to put me to the test, although I travel between the 2 worlds. Is the 2 worlds meaning her spirit world and then the world where Erlen and them are? I know this place. I remember this night. Am I shown the past because I have no future? Because I'm condemned to wander in this limbo until the end of time? Whoa. Wait, is she a seer and she died or something? And she's a spirit trying to help them. I don't understand what the Seers wish to show me. I move forward between the trees. God. I'm not gonna lie. She cute. She cute. But, maybe she is dead. And she's in limbo, like she said. And the Seers did something to her? I don't know. I see the fear, the anguish on my own face. It is a little more than 2 moons since I left the capital. What? With the rumors that circulated about the temple trying to take control of the city, I thought I could go unnoticed. There is this crackle of breaking twigs. I look around, then hurry on. I jog between the trees under the pale light of the moon. Jesus, look at that. Dude, that could be a fucking movie poster right there. That's gorgeous. God, it's beautiful, man. So, she's saying she fled from the capital, which is, I'm assuming, the city, and that's where Connor comes from. Sorry, my hair's on my face. But I don't understand, is she dead? I reach the outskirts of the forest and find myself before a lake. I sit, or rather, I let myself drop to the pebbled ground. I laugh. I don't know whether I am in a trap or if I have outrun my pursuers. Oh, who is that? There's a rustle of wings, the hooting of an owl, and the man comes out from between the trees. He has his hand on the sheath of his sword, ready to draw. His brow is beaded with sweat. This time I pause to absorb the lines on his face. I know that I cannot escape. 3 winters have passed since the last time I saw him. 3 winters I have evaded, often barely his pursuit. Wrinkles have frowned his face, and his temples are graying. His gaze is implacable. Does he still seek justice, or is he simply eaten away by the thirst for vengeance? Luther! Who's Luther? He throws the shackles he is holding to my feet. Oh my god. I think I have an idea what's going on. So maybe she was also from the city. Right? Maybe she was from the city. They sent her to do the trial of the seers and she succeeded. And then she came back and exposed what's out there for people to see, that it's not all what it was to be. And then they're like, hey, you can't speak about that, and threw her in jail, and she escaped. And then the seers punished her by making her this, like, spirit. The villagers aren't far behind me. You have nowhere to go, Rowan. Oh, God. So this is Rowan's backstory. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let's not jump to conclusions. I stand carefully smoothing my skirt to gain time, but Luther is not deceived. Don't be foolish. If you give yourself up, it's the Seers who will judge you for your transgressions. But if you resist, I will be obliged to administer my own justice as tradition dictates. I should have given myself up. I should have fought. Oh, shit. Okay. I should have fought. I feel like she should fight because Rowan seems like a sweet person because she's helping Erlen and Connor and Duncan and them. I should fight. I know what happens next. Oh, the man. It is useless to try to change things. What must be will be. Then again, if one thing is for sure, is that I don't regret resisting to the very end. I bend, pick up the irons, and throw them in Luther's face. He bats them away with the back of his hand. Then he springs to attention, the point of his sword at my throat. Witch! Let me go, I am innocent! Never! Luther, if you come near me! A gleam flickers between the trees on the left. A torch. I hear a villager cry, she's there! Then they sound his hunting horn. Other lights erupt from the dark mass of the forest. Listen. Now you hear the villagers yelling. So maybe she did expose the Seers. I am trapped. I turn towards the lake in a moment of panic, searching for an escaped route. Luther takes advantage of this opening to strike me on the back of the neck with the flat of his blade. Wait, what? I see myself stagger to the beach like a rag doll. The forest disappears. I'm back in the cavern. Oh shit! Did that Luther dude kill her? This is what I think happened. I think she was a woman in either in a village or a city, because she said the capital. Maybe she fled the capital after going. She was sent to Seers Isle. She was worthy of the flame, came back and exposed the Seers for what it was, and talked about it, which you weren't supposed to do. And then Luther and them hunted her down, and he killed her. And then now she went back as a spirit to the Seers Isle, and now she's helping travelers expose the truth. Dude, look at the little mushrooms. All the environments are awesome. I lurched, disoriented by the abrupt time shift, and fall to my knees. There is the sound of footsteps, some distant above. I turn towards the source of the light. What? It is Jennifer, flanked by the 2 of the Seers who guide her towards the summit. Wait, what? Hold the fucking phone. Hold on. Huh? She's alive? I thought she was dead. So she is worthy of the flame? Did the Seers take her to the summit before? Her face is blank, empty. Stay hidden, attract her attention. No, stay hidden. I want to see what happens. Stay hidden. I cower behind the rocky ledge, my heart pounding. Everything changes. Whoa, dude. Look at that. That's so cool looking. Look at that. Is that the whole sacred flame? I am dazzled by the brilliant blue of the mountain sky. Wait, so did the Seers not actually disregard her and she failed a trial? She's worthy of the sacred flame and is to become a shaman? I thought she vanished. Jennifer is concluding her pact with the Seers. They present her with the fruit from the flame tree, the vessel of their magic in the world of men. It's almost inconceivable that such a small piece, almost a seed, should be enough to become a shaman. Before I have time to react, I am once again back in the cavern. I am alone in the gloom of the subterranean world. I take a few steps forward before everything changes again. Whoa, there's ships. Jesus Christ, this is beautiful! A cheerful spring sun explodes in 1,000 reflected glints on the calm waters of the lake. Behind me, the little mountain village where my uncle and aunt live. What? I go up the main street to their thatched house. My uncle Alistair is sitting on a chair in the shade out front repairing his net. Hold on. The Rowan who appears in the frame of the door is still a child. So we're playing as Rowan right now. So, did Rowan live in a village as like a human? Went to do the trials at Seers Isle, passed, came back, exposed it to her village. The temple found out and hunted her down and killed her. Then her spirit was sent back to Seers Isle, and now she's helping travelers? Is that what's happening? She hasn't yet have been marked by the years of drifting, obliged to always cast a nervous eye over her shoulder. I bend and kiss my uncle on the cheek. He puts his work down in his lap and looks at me with a father's fondness. They hadn't been able to have children, he and my aunt, and despite the tragedy which marked my arrival in their home, they had always considered me as their daughter. What? Your aunt is preparing blackcurrant tarts for the Bethelthane vigil this evening. Did you ask her if she needs some help in the kitchen? I smile and look at my feet bashful. Oh, it's little Rowan. Yes, I asked her. She told me not to stay shut up. Wait, what? She told me not to stay shut up inside on such a beautiful day. And I promised Gavin that I'd help him gather berries. Alistair raises an eyebrow. Gavin? Yes, you know, Luther's son. My uncle sighs. I've told you 1,000 times you shouldn't hang about with that family. The clan chiefs don't marry with people like us. And Luther has only one son. He must have his future planned. It's not fair. I know that it won't last. I guess since the clans are different and the villages... Or no, maybe Luther is just a different village. I guess knowing that the clans won't intermingle, I guess I know it won't last. After all these years paying the price of being surrounded by stupidity and ignorance, I know too well that no matter what had happened, it wouldn't have lasted. But this Rowan doesn't see things the same way. It's ridiculous. Alistair sighs again. I know, but there's nothing we can do. Your father was a clan chief, if he was still with us. But after what happened with your mother... I overcome with sadness, as I am every time someone speaks of what happened to my parents. Everyone's had such a tragic childhood. It's awful. They've been dead for 3 years, but the pain of their absence is a needle in my heart. Alistair looks at me kindly. I force a smile. My uncle and my aunt have welcomed me with open arms, and they do all they can to make me happy. Go on, run along, but get home before nightfall, okay? You mustn't be late for the banquet at the village square. I climb the knoll towards the Cromlech. I am the first to reach the summit. Gavin shouldn't be long. I sit at the foot of the megalith and daydream as I admire the view of the village, the creek, and the lake. I am interrupted by a child's voice behind me. Fiona. Please, Gavin, let me come with you. Father forbade you, Fiona. You know it's dangerous to go into the woods. Gavin comes up on the path at a brisk walk. His little sister trots beside him, trying not to get left behind. I wave to him and he waves back. But I'll be good, I promise. And you'll protect me, Gavin, with your bow. Gavin sighs. I don't know what to do, Rowan. She won't listen to me. You tell her that it's dangerous in the woods. Is this place Seers Isle because of the megaliths? Fiona can come with us. Fiona should go back to the village. Fiona can come with us. Your parents are panicking about nothing. What do you think is going to happen to us? Fiona's face lights up. Yeah, let her come with us. Don't be a dickly brother. A dickly brother? What the fuck did I just say? You see, even Rowan agrees. Oh, she's cute. No, I'm sorry, but if Father finds out she came with us, it's going to get a thrashing. Jesus. Fiona stamps her foot. You two are no fun. Sigmund and Flora are decorating the village square for the banquet. You should go and help them. But I wanted to come with you. I'm sorry, my child voice is terrible. Fiona moves off forward towards the village, still grumbling. Gavin turns to me. She's so annoying. You should have helped me reason with her instead of encouraging her. She should have come with us. When I was her age, I wanted to be with the big kids all the time, too. We move along the path which leads towards the forest, the other side of the Chromalic. The Chromalic was on Seers Isle. So is this the island? It breaks my heart to remember these last moments of calm, of simple happiness before tragedy strikes again and changes my fate forever. So we're watching this play out as older Rowan. I'd like to stop time and stay in this moment a bit longer, maybe forever. Our wicker baskets slowly fill with raspberries and wild strawberries. This is magical, man. This is a really great fantasy game. Dude, look at this. I hear a yelp at my feet. It's a bear cub. Dude, this looks like straight out of a Disney movie. Surprised, I take us backwards and let out a startled cry. It's a bear cub. It looks hurt. Gavin, who was crouched down, gestures to me to be quiet. There's a crackling of breaking wood. Oh fuck, what the hell? Then there's a fucking bear! Then a muffled growl nearby in the bushes. Behind me I hear a high-pitched scream. I turn around. It's Fiona! Oh no. Who has followed us and whose head, top of the halo of blonde curls, peeks from behind the tree trunk. I sighed. I signal her to hide. Oh fuck. Do I think what's gonna happen is gonna happen? When I turn back to Gavin, I see that he has drawn his bow and is preparing to loose an arrow in the general direction of the growling. Before I have time to stop him, the arrow has flown. There is a furious howl. The bear cub yaps wildly. I am paralyzed with fear. The bear charges. A great swipe of its claw rips out Gavin's throat and he falls to the ground. What? Gavin's just like that. He's just gone. The bear kills Gavin? Holy shit. The predator drops onto his chest. The blood gurgles from the open wound. Gavin throws me a last disbelieving look. Then his soul leaves his eyes and he is nothing more than a motionless puppet. The bear turns her attention to me and lets out a long growl. Oh! Instinctively, I raise a hand towards the beast and take a step forward. Dude, this is so crazy. Wait, look, she's glowing. She's glowing like she did when she's older, Rowan. Oh my god, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on, maybe about her going to Seers Isle I'm wrong. What if she has these powers and then the village took it as that she's a witch and killed her, and then her spirit went to Seers Isle? She watches me with surprise. I take another step, trying not to let myself succumb to fear. The beast ambles towards me, sniffs my hand, and looks at me sadly. The cub lets out a plaintive yelp. The great predator turns to her offspring, picks him up with her mouth, and disappears into the ferns. Everything is quiet again. Oh, she's crying. And Fiona, why the fuck are you running away? Fiona, who has witnessed the scene, is terror-stricken. I open my mouth to say something to comfort her, perhaps, but she turns and runs towards the village. I let myself fall to the ground and burst into tears. Suddenly, I am once more in the gloom of the cave. Oh, we're older, Rowan. I am alone. I think I have shaken off the Seers. I grope my way forwards across the uneven ground until I reach a natural cavern. In the center is Connor. He seems to be conversing with some unseen person. As I approach him, everything changes. Oh, we're getting Connor's trial. We are in a large room with stone walls. Is that a knife? At the end of the room, the solar symbol of the one god. I realized that we were inside the temple. During my stay in the capital, I hadn't been able to resist. I have braved the danger and visited my Evadice. We must be in the priest's quarters, which were forbidden to laymen. An old man in white robes faces Connor and places a condescending hand on his shoulder. Connor seems surprised. I am too far away to hear what they are saying. Without warning, the man pulls a long knife from his robe and plunges it into Connor's chest. Wait, what? No. Connor's surprise changes to shock as he slides down the large desk. We're in the cave. Connor's lying on the ground. No! I run over to him and crouch down. It is too late. Our eyes meet. Then his eyes close. I notice a glow from the corner of my eye near the entry I have taken. Torches. I run and hide myself behind a cluster of stalagmites. That's creepy. Oh my god, is Connor dead? No! That's bullshit! No! The sexy pirate man's dead. He was like my favorite character. He was so cool. Did he fail his... Oh no. Did he fail his trial and Rowan wasn't able to make it to him in time because she was trapped in her own trial, technically? Oh no, Connor. A procession of seers accompanied by their white hart, the deer, their sacred god, enter the cavern and walk silently to the body of Connor. They envelop the body in a large sheet, load it onto hart, and leave. I leave the cavern by a different exit. The darkness is almost complete, but I feel the tunnel sloping under my feet. Then everything changes again. Oh, it is morning. We're back in as Rowan, who was captured by Luther. Oh, she didn't get killed. Maybe she just got knocked out. Hold on a second. Connor's dead? So, Brandon, Eric, Connor, technically Freya, I guess. But Jennifer apparently is now, getting the flame now? I don't know where Duncan and Erilyn are. So pretty much we've lost about 4 people, right? Because Jennifer's back, which I'm happy she's back, but she is the Sacred Flame now? My mind is fuddled as if I were exhausted and struggling against sleep. I hear the regular sound of hooves on the road. My hands are tied to the pommel of my saddle. There's another horse in front of me ridden by Luther. We advance at a light trot, and the road bends at the end, long bend, and we come out of the wood. The salt smell hits my nostrils. The road winds to the port, and after the arrested immensity of the ocean, which reflects the first rays of sunrise. Luther stops our horses to admire the vista, then turns to me. Ah, you are awake. He tugs on the tether to bring my horse alongside him and pulls a goatskin flask from his satchel. He makes me drink. The liquid is bitter and salty. My head is spinning. We're almost there. You're lucky. The boat for the initiation leaves tomorrow. You won't have to languish in a cell too long. I scowl at him. He smiles at me. Oh, don't make that face, Rowan. You're responsible for the death of my son. You should thank me for not killing you as the law demands. Fuck you, dude. It wasn't her fault. Maintain innocence, say nothing. I don't know. At this point, if we know the fate of her, there's no point in saying anything. I stay silent and passive. What's the point? Yeah. Luther took his decision a long time ago. It's not now. When he has finally taken me prisoner and I'll manage to convince him of anything. He gives me a steely-eyed stare. After so many years chasing you, I don't know what to think anymore. Either you are responsible for the death of my son, or you saved my daughter from sudden death. That's why I decided to let the Seers judge you. I lose consciousness. I am awoken by the sound of waves. It's Jennifer! I am on a boat. Someone has bent over me. She's coming around. She's coming around! My head is spinning. A group of strangers is staring at me curiously. What? I get up. The island stretches before us. We see the beach with its wrecks and pale rocky cliffs. Further away in the mist, the summit is like a tooth tearing at the sky. This is from the beginning of chapter 1. We're nearing a beach. Oh my god. Look, it's Rowan. We're nearing a beach. There, do you see it? Oh my god, it's the same dialogue. There's an undercurrent. If he puts in head on, we won't have time to maneuver to avoid the reefs. I see it, but if we keep the sail full with the sea breeze, we should be fine, right? And we're losing speed. If we don't do something, we'll drift towards the cliffs before we reach the shore. Listen, I don't want to be a killjoy, but have you seen those big black clouds? The rain begins to fall. Oh my god, it's like we're replaying it. This is so cool. The storm doesn't feel natural. They turn to look at Erlen. You're the sailor. What do we do? Well, I'm not sure. Whatever we do, we risk foundering on a reef or getting swept out to sea. If there's a collision, I'm not sure the boat could take it. It would be disastrous. The rain pours down and thunder rumbles. The sea becomes more and more troubled. Wait! The other passenger turned towards me, startled. If we head west, avoiding the reefs, we should be able to reach the beach without too much difficulty. Erlen, what do you think? There's no harm in trying. The rain pours down. Whoa, there's 8 of them. Duncan is at the tiller and maneuvers the boat according to my instructions. Brandon is at the prow, peering nervously at the reefs. It looks like it's working. There was a loud cracking sound. The sail is torn. I turned to Duncan. Stay on course, it's going to be okay. Everyone holds their breath. The rain drums on the deck, but the boat seems to be drifting in the right direction. Whoa. The boat gently slows and lands softly on the sand. Eric throws me a black look. I jump overboard. The moment that my feet touches the sand, everything changes. I am once again in the cavern. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god, I'm starting to put the puzzle together. So obviously this chapter is focusing on Rowan's backstory. So let me guess, she was a village. So her father and her mother and father passed away. Her uncle and aunt, her uncle Alistair and her aunt took her in as a child because her parents died and she was orphaned. So the village that she was in, which I'm assuming is Bethlane, because they're talking about the Bethlane banquet. And I'm assuming that she was friends with Gavin and Fiona, which were brother and sister to Luther, who is a separate village, and the two villages obviously fought a lot. It seems like that's what's going on in this world, is a lot of the village had conflicts with each other. And so they go out for the banquet to pick berries and get food and stuff. And then all of a sudden, a bear comes out, kills Luther's son Gavin. Fiona escapes. Rowan couldn't stop them, but she ended up stopping the bear from attacking Fiona and herself by using her powers. Luther blames her for his son's death. But it looks like he's really he doesn't know what to do, because technically it wasn't her fault. Like, they didn't know that bear would show up on that day in the forest and kill Gavin. Like, they didn't know that. It was inevitable. It's kind of like how Eric's death was inevitable. And how the fight with Duncan and his father were inevitable. And how Connor's death was kind of inevitable. Which, I'm so fucking pissed that Connor's dead. That makes me so mad. But she uses her powers to stop it. Luther witnesses it, blames her that she's a witch, and then throws her on the boat that all these characters are on to the Seers Isle to be judged by the Seers for her sins. But how is she a spirit now? At the end of the tunnel, I can finally see the light of day. I hurry to the way out, afraid of being once more snatched up by the future of the past. I emerge on a high plateau. A few snowflakes float in the frosty air. The summit of the mountain, which can be seen through the mist, has never been so near. I feel a hand on my shoulder. Is it Duncan? Oh my fucking God. Dude, that is insane. That was a lot shorter of a chapter. That was only like 30 minutes. So it was a lot shorter. No, we only have 2 chapters left, guys. We have chapter 6 and 7. Dude. So, hold on. Let me get this straight. I think it's all coming together. Holy shit, that's so cool. So it's all connected. So Rowan is the whole reason this even thing is happening. By her actions. Dude. So a lot went down in that chapter. I need to like process this for a second. Hold on. So let me get this straight. So Rowan obviously was a child in a village. Luther was an opposite village from her uncle Alistair, where she was adopted because her parents passed when she was a baby. She was friends with Luther's kids, Gavin and Fiona, who were brother and sister. One day during a banquet festival thing in the village, obviously both Luther's village and then Alistair's village obviously fought a lot. They had like war or conflict or whatever. Gavin gets killed by a bear. Rowan and Fiona are there to witness it. Fiona stops her with these powers, but they're viewed as like witchcraft, essentially, to Luther's village. And essentially, Luther hunts her down, basically. I don't know what happened to her uncle or aunt. Maybe they got killed, or their clan attacked to try to capture Rowan or something. And got killed in the process, or she just escaped the village or something like that. I don't know. Or maybe she fled to the temple or the city or something. Who knows? But it seems like Luther caught up with her. He blames her for the death of her son, which is bullshit because it's not her fault that her son got killed by the bear. It's just like, it's kind of like Mother Nature taking over in a way. Like it's the law of the jungle type of thing. Like you can't prevent stuff like that happening because you don't know. You can't predict the future. But nevertheless, he blames Rowan for his son's death, captures her eventually, calls her a witch because of her powers, and throws her on a boat with Duncan and all of them to be judged by the Seers. Now, I'm assuming she gets there and she's judged by the Seers first, and then she's turned into a spirit guide, or maybe her powers just separate her from the group. So I don't know how she's become a spirit. So I'm assuming we'll get to know maybe more of that in the last 2 chapters of the story, which I hope they shed some light on it, because I don't know how she's like a spirit and she's like helping them. But obviously the crew or the clan knew each other, especially Duncan and Jennifer. They knew her. So maybe they're from the same village as Rowan. I don't know. But holy shit. Holy shit. So, and Connor, man. Fuck. Connor's dead. I'm so sad that Connor's dead. It seemed like, I guess no matter what you do, Connor kind of dies anyway. It was kind of the same thing as Eric. I feel like some of the characters' deaths were kind of, no matter what you pick, they were going to happen eventually. So Eric, I don't give a shit. But I'm surprised Jennifer came back. So Jennifer has the sacred flame now? So the Seers, I guess, have deemed her worthy of the flame and have given it to her to become a healer for her village. Well, I guess she can get rid of the plague now and help her family and her husband or whatever at the village. But, damn, so that means we've lost Brandon. Technically Rowan, I guess. Connor, Eric, and Freya. So really, 4 people? 4 or 5? 5 people? Yeah, 5 people. So really there's only 3 people still. Well, I thought there was 3 with Connor, but now no, Jennifer's back. So it's just Jennifer, Erlen, and Duncan, and I guess Rowan right now, yeah. Until we find out more of why she's like a spirit. Dude, shit's going down. I hope they explain in the next chapter like why she's a spirit or something, and we understand why Jennifer gets the sacred flame. And then more on Erlen and Duncan, because the Erlen and Duncan weren't even in chapter 5. God, I'm so fucking mad that Connor was killed. God damn it. Well, I guess we'll find out in chapter 6, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really, really enjoying this game. It's a really, really cool, unique concept. Obviously, when I finish the game, I'll share my thoughts on it at the end of the game on the last episode of the series. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching it and supporting it. It really helps me out. I can't wait to figure out what happens in the next chapter. It's going to be so good. Please leave a like. It really helps my channel. And subscribe to become a JackOLantern. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.